So I thought I'd do a little tarot card reading. I'm just rolling myself a quick cigarette and I've got a little glass of Bushmills whiskey on the go there. And this is my beautiful pearwood table. So I'll just get this done. It'd be interesting to see what YouTube does with this because I've got like hard alcohol, high grade alcohol and tobacco going here. So it'd be interesting to see if they allow it to go up or not. But anyway, I'll just get this rolled and lit and on the go, and we're going to have a look at what's going on. Because, like, what the F is actually effing going on? Here we go. I'd have clicked off by now, but there we go. Let's keep going because it's been a little while. I've been doing like shed loads of offline readings. Let's get an online reading. What's going on? What's going on? Because we don't look for tarot card readings when what's going on is just like fine and dandy. We don't look for tarot card readings. We look for tarot card readings when there's some shit going on. So there we go. That's what we're going to look at. And there's only ever shit going on. Excuse me. I'm just going to move my dental floss out of view. Sorry about that. TMI. Yeah, we only ever have shit going on when it's to do with somebody else. So let's have a little looky see. What can we see about them? Little fly on the wall. All right, little fly on the wall. I'm going to pull 3 cards. This is a major arcana only reading. 3 cards, and we're going to look at kind of what's immediately apparently going on for them. And then we're going to look at what's in the underbelly of what's going on for them. And then we're going to look at the kind of potential upshots of the whole thing. If we manage the first 2 in a beneficial way. So that's okay. So let's get on with it. Tower just nearly jumped out there. Oh, right. Okay. There's one on the floor. Oh, goodness me. That is judgment in the reverse on the floor. Let me get that. There we are. Judgment in the reverse. Right. Well, that deserves a little sip of Irish whiskey, does it not? So something's unfolding, but in a kind of messed up way for this person. Or perhaps they are like running around like playing whack-a-mole with stuff. Because no matter what they do, this stuff is coming up out the woodwork for them. The back of the karmic chest of drawers is being like hoiked out and gone through. But they're playing whack-a-mole, or they're just like swept along with it somehow. They don't like it though, that's for sure. They're not a happy bunny. They're not a happy bunny. It's like constipation energy, if I may. Temperance. Okay. God, they got sticking power, whoever this person is, and that's what they're in it for. The world. That's what they're in it for. They're serious. They're very, 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 very serious. But this is very serious. And temperance here. Temperance can represent a tipping point beyond which things can't go on as they have been. And I mean, this process here of judgment, you can't imagine this going on for a very long time, can you? It's like a one-time only event. It's breath-based. Look at the trumpet here. This is not permanent. This is something that happens and everything is kind of tumultuated, and then it comes to an end, and then you get the world. But there's something held in abeyance here in the Temperance card, but it cannot stay that way forever. It can't, because no matter how balanced this energy appears to be, we are moving willy-nilly from judgment, albeit in the reverse, to the world. Card number 20, card number 21, end of the cycle. But that's what they're in it for. That's what they're in it to win it. That's for certain. Now, would it be nicer if I turn around like that? It's a bit of a pain for me, but there we go. Nicer for you. But yeah, there is this blocked ending of something, this blocked final reckoning, which is what the Judgment card is on anything. Yeah, we have final reckonings on all sorts of things, like how well we've cleaned our teeth and stuff like that. It's just a final reckoning or something, but it's blocked because underneath it is this like, I will persist, I will persist, I will persist, I will persist, but nothing lasts forever. And this does give way in the end to this. Yeah, and look, the Hanged Man in the reverse. There's no kind of re-examination or fresh examination of one's position here in the Hanged Man in the reverse. The Hanged Man is when we take ourselves out of the game, have a word with ourselves and like have another look at things. But it's just not happening. So I mean, judgment is a kind of tumultuous event, but the Hanged Man is a very kind of quiet, static, almost meditative energy. Try saying that on a glass of Bushmills. Meditative energy, but it's blocked. So it's like I said here, I will persist, I will persist, I will persist. And you know, that's a kind of, it's like smacking yourself over the head with the same thing over and over and over again to keep yourself insensible. That's what I'm seeing there. Oh shit. Talking of getting smacked over the head, there's that tower again. It jumped out when I was shuffling. Well, like I said, nothing lasts forever. And that thing about if you give like an infinite number of monkeys a typewriter, they will somehow or other they will end up putting together the complete works of Shakespeare. Somehow or other, sooner or later, however solid it appears to be, it, you know, this is impermanence, but this is like sudden and radical, like fucking functional disassembly impermanence. When, you know, you just like wrong place, wrong time, boom, it's all over. And like I said, this cannot last, this temperance energy, it cannot last because we've got this inevitable breaking open, however much it's presented. And this Hanged Man, yeah, presented as sort of, you know, never going to happen. There ain't nothing coming out of that hole. It is coming out. Look, it always comes out in the end. And this Hanged Man in the reverse is like someone with their hands over their ears and their eyes shut going, la, 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 la. I can't see you. I can't see you. And therefore you can't see me. It's just like ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'll come back to that because that's a very complex card. Lovers in the reverse. I'll have a little toot of Irish whiskey and come back to that. Yeah, that's going to need another one on it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is the only card so far. Perhaps, well, yeah. This and this have the Temperance card and the Hanged Man, whether it's in the upright or in the reverse, do have a sort of quality of a sort of elective action about them. But this is really this card, the Lovers, used to be called the Choice. That's what it was called in the old days. And I sometimes call it the "you can't have your cake and eat it" card. It's like you got to choose. Look at the lad; he's got to choose. Like, does he go home with his mum for his tea, or does he go off like for a little walk down the lanes with a girl? You know, we know. Oh, come on, but it's a paradigm shift choice, because once he goes off with that girl, that's it. It's never the same with like Mumsy here. It's never going to be the same again. But you know, that little cherub, he don't mess around. It's a paradigm shift choice. It's a gear change. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. But it's in the reverse. So that's quite complex, certainly in the context of this and the story this world card is telling so far. Let's keep going. Oh, murky. The murky old moon. The murky old moon. There's a wish to sort of hide in the shadows here. Remember, this is the kind of immediate 3D kind of what's going on for the person you've come here to like snoop on. And it is well murky. It really is. It really is. But just as this kind of equilibrium that we see in the Temperance card can't last forever, because it doesn't. Because this is not the final card of the cycle. This is the final card of the cycle. This breaks at some point. What does it break to? Oh God, I should know, shouldn't I? What's between Temperance? It's not death. Death is 13. I don't think it's the devil either. I can't think what it is. What comes before the tower? Anyway, we, who knows? It might turn up. But just as if this tower is in its position for long enough, sooner or later it will get struck by lightning. Because sooner or later everything does. Sooner or later. If the conditions for things to be struck by lightning last for long enough, sooner or later every single atom of matter on this earth will get struck by lightning sooner or later. There's an inevitability about this. It will happen. And there's an inevitability here in the moon card. You know, people, a lot of readers just concentrate on the fact that the moon is, as I was saying, all sort of like murky and sort of like half obscure, and it's borrowed light. You know, the moon is not a light source. It's a mirror. It's a reflector. But it comes and goes in this cycle. And no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to keep the flipping sarcophagi and the graves all like blocked up there, it will come out no matter how much you try. And no matter how much you sit on the sidelines with your hands over your ears and your eyes shut going la 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 la, the tide will rise and the tide will fall. And the moon will wax and the moon will wane. And this, I mean, what constitutes a tower moment in any life really does rather depend on how long the life is. That's one of the factors involved, because the longer the life is, the more likely you are to sustain one of those, because the longer you're around, the longer you're available for causes and conditions to combine and act upon you, as this lightning does. As I say, it's only a matter of time in the end. So we've got a really interesting juxtaposition here between trying to stave off the inevitable and trying to stay in the shadows, really, and always sort of acting at one remove, or always being oblique and never being direct here in the moon card. But it is also, as I say, it's part of this bigger cycle of change. Let's pull another one here. Yeah, look at that, 16, 17. The tower to the star. I mean, this is a beautiful row. We're looking at what's going on for this person, and I presume if you come to a reading to sort of, as I say, have a little snoop on this person for whatever reason, you know, you ain't too like pleased with them. And this is a surprisingly beautiful row, apart from the tower there. But there's a lovely kind of follow on, obviously, from card number 16 to card number 17. Beautiful. What if YouTube will like do me for like having the boo bars on display here? We'll see. Anyway, and also it's lovely to have these two together, the Temperance card and the Star card, because in both of them we've got these two vessels being kind of worked in conjunction with the fluid. Lovely, lovely image, and that appears in both of these cards. So there is a lovely unity, but between them is this disaster. I think. Do you know what I think? I think this is a kind of Pollyanna thing. And I don't know what it must be some literary reference or something. Pollyanna, when people say, "Oh, you know, he or she is a bit Pollyanna," it's like no matter what, everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. And you know, it's nice to be optimistic, but you know, rose tinted glasses that's what this is. This is rose tinted glasses. This column here in the middle. Pure and simple, rose tinted glasses. And what we're dealing with is much, much bigger and more powerful than that. And I see now what this is about. This cracking open of judgment reversed to the world here is so powerful that it doesn't matter what you think you're choosing or what they think they're choosing. The powers at play, like, just shit on that. In fact, they shit that. Okay, they shit that. It's nothing to do with what you want. It's way more powerful than that, or what they want, rather. It's out of their hands. It is out of their flipping hands. And it's going to be very difficult for them with this Pollyanna attitude here of temperance in the upright, the star in the upright, flanking this like inevitable, ultimately, just like out of the blue, flipping disaster of the tower. While on the face of it, they, as I say, they're just like playing whack-a-mole here in judgment in the reverse and just refusing to look at things in any other way. In the Hanged Man, and just like skulking around in the shadows and the reflected light and always being oblique, never coming at anything directly. But underpinning that is a Pollyanna attitude and a sort of hopeful, like, if I can just keep everybody confused for long enough, I'll get away with it sort of attitude here in the middle column. But the forces at play are way more powerful than that. Oh, oh man, this don't go well for them, you know. There's a Chariot in the reverse. There is no forward motion for them in this. And you know, it's really weird. I don't even see them very clearly here in this reading. It's like they're sort of disembodied collection of qualities. They're not even really here. Not really. I think perhaps the concentration of presence I feel of this person, whoever it is here in this like upended charioteer. Because this, oh, oh, look at that. Did you see that? I'll have to rewind and look at that in a minute. That was interesting. In turning this upright, this came upright. It's not too late for this person. It's not too late for this person to go down a different road from the one they're going down here and here. It's not too late. However, it's down to their choice. You know, they can put all this like ridiculousness behind them if they want. But this is telling me that they won't unless they, well, you know, as I say, it's a choice, isn't it? It's a choice. And if they stick with this like stupidity here in this first column and this second column, you know, they're just not going to get anywhere, and it's just going to overtake them. Events are just going to overtake them. But I'm fascinated by how that worked. So I'm going to pull another couple of cards. Oh shit, that ain't good. High Priestess in the reverse. That's my card of narcissism. Oh dear, we don't like this at all. Okay, Strength in the reverse. Well, what can I tell you? This is someone who utilizes and weaponizes and instrumentalizes their emotions as power tools on other people. And I'll just move swiftly on. Okay. Well, that brings us back to the Tower, the Death card. It's a different sort of inevitability. And as I was saying about the Tower card, about how one's duration of life affects it is a factor in what one is likely or unlikely to experience. For example, if your life is 5 years old, you are unlikely to experience, say, something like having to flee your country, say, if you're only 5 years old. But the longer you live, the greater the likelihood of this, that, or the other happening to you, because you're just around for it to happen to you and for you. So there is a sort of inevitability in that, and there's an inevitability in this. And there's an inevitability in this. And as I say, the cracking open of judgment in the reverse here. But oh dear, it's just not going to be good for them. I mean, who wants this and this where there is no forward motion? We've got constipation here. We got constipation here. We got constipation here. Flipping heck, all mixed up with that. Like old like Reaper chops. Yeah, the repo man. Yeah, he's coming for you. And you know, there's no escaping this. But again, this isn't the end. This is just the matter of impermanence. It's just one feature of impermanence and inevitability, and the futility of piling up your riches, because you know that it's nothing to him, nothing at all. So we've got these very, very powerful cards of change here. We've got the Death card, the World card, and the Tower, all representing this just like unstoppable force and this like pathetic refusal to actually move forward in any way that would denote any sense of accountability for one's choices and actions, because this is in the reverse. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Perhaps that's what I'll call this reading. Fly on the wall, your person. Good luck with that. Right. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.